Hey everybody, Anthony from Lazy Baits Co. here. Today, I'm going to show you our new kits that we're offering to make the Big Lipper. These kits are going to have everything you need to make one of these, turn it into one of these. Let's get into it. Okay, so we're going to go over a little bit of what's included in the kit. In the kit, you'll get the instructions, how to make a resin Big Lipper fishing lure. It'll show you all the tools and materials, a little bit of safety instructions, keep you safe, and then how to use everything that's going to come in your kit. The only thing that doesn't come in the kit is going to be the consumables, like the resin, the wire, your split rings, hooks, MicroBalloons. So all of that you'll have to source yourself. We have exactly what we use. Specialty resin, Fabri-Cast 50, sack pig MicroBalloons, the egg sinkers. And if you use exactly the formulas that we use, this bait is already tuned. So it's perfect for beginners, or if you already have an established bait making business. You don't have to mess around with figuring out, dialing in the action or the sink rate. Is already done. So follow this formula and these instructions, and the bait will come out perfect every time. Along with the instructions, you're going to get a silicone mold. Silicone mold with the backers. You're going to get this nifty thing that I came up with. This is to cut your wire and hold it. You cut it right here at the top, and they're all the same length every time. And then you can store your wire in it. You're going to get the wire bending tool and the jig. So I'm going to put this back and use my stuff, because this is a kit that's for sale. I'll just set this off to the side here. I have my mold here. Wire bending jig, wire bending tool. So, some of the materials needed. We have our silicone mold, scale, wire cutters, wire bending jig, tool. Like I said, there's links to this in the instructions. This is size 18 stainless steel leader wire. This is what you're going to use to make the internal frame. We have 20-gram egg sinkers. Pull those out. We have our sack pig MicroBalloons, our Fabri-Cast 50, and mold release spray. So, start off with the safety instructions, some gloves, glasses, respirator. Let me get all that on, and I'll be right back. Okay, so the PPE is definitely important, especially using the MicroBalloons. This stuff becomes airborne, and you definitely don't want to breathe it in. No, not good for your lungs. So we're gonna get our leader wire at the end of it here. So I have my holder here, holder and measuring tool. Good, I knocked that over. Good start. I'll just use these anyway. Step 1, cut and prep wire. Cut 7 1/4 inch of the size 18 wire and use the wire bending jig to bend it to the correct big lipper harness shape. Slide the 20-gram egg sinker onto the wire before the last bend. Should be bend number 4. I'm just going to set this over here so we can see it. And take our tool and our wire cutter. Just insert that. I'll cut right there at the end. What I like to do is cut like, 10, 20 of these at a time, and then you just leave them in there and pull them out as you're bending the jig. So, first bend is over here. Put that one in. Move these out of the way. Take this little wire bending tool. The hole that's open goes on the peg. And twist. And you want to twist it to where it lines up with your next hole. The next hole, take that, twist it. Now here is where you're going to slide on the egg sinker. Slide that on, let it drop down in there. And then we got our last bend. And there you go, the internal frame for the big lipper with the weight on it. So then we can just pull this off. We'll set this off to the side. So we're going to move to step 2. Lightly spray the inside of the mold with mold release. Place the harness into the mold. Make sure it's aligned and seated properly. Close the mold, ensuring it's aligned properly, and wrap with rubber bands to keep closed. So I got this mold release. Now this just it helps with the demolding process. It adds a step at the end where you kind of got to clean the lure off, but it makes it easier to demold, and also makes the silicone molds last longer, because these do have a life to them where they eventually wear out. The resin starts deteriorating them. With the mold release, I haven't gotten to that point, so I would definitely recommend not skipping that step. So we got the wire harness in the mold. Let's close it up. Make sure everything aligns properly. And then I like to Keep it tight with rubber bands. There you go. It's ready to pour. Step 3. Mix resin, 9.6 grams of microballoons with 30.4 grams of SRC Fabri-Cast 50. Mix thoroughly until uniform color and consistency. And then I'm just going to read this now so I don't have to stop, because you kind of don't want to wait after you mix it up. Slowly pour your resin into the mold cavity, letting it flow around the wire frame. Let the bait cure according to SRC instructions, 15 minutes. So, if you have multiple of these molds, you can pour one, second one, third one, and then by the time like the third or fourth is poured, you can go back and demold your first one and basically have zero downtime, which is definitely nice. So I'll put this off to the side. Got a mixing cup. Somewhere around here I have a cutter knife. There we go. Mixing tool. Now it's important to be very exact with this. So this is our Sack Pig MicroBalloons. In my opinion, these are the best microballoons you can get. That's why every bait we make is going to use these. So we'll have a link down below, and hopefully a coupon code will save you a little bit of money. But these things were a lifesaver for me as far as designing baits, because I was getting very soft baits that I just wasn't happy with, and this really makes a rock hard bait. And sorry, I was trying to make sure I was getting that exact. It makes a very durable bait. So I couldn't recommend those enough. Also, our Fabri-Cast 50. Every bait we make is going to be using this. It's very easy to pour, and also helps make the bait more durable. In my opinion, this is the best combination. So definitely don't mix this up as far as the formula. This is what I would recommend. Stick to this and you'll have no problems. So we got 9.6 grams of microballoons. Tear the scale, and then we're going to pour 30.4 grams of Fabri-Cast 50. That's 15.2 of side A and 15.2 of side B. There'll be links to all of this down below. Some might be affiliate links, like the Specialty Resins products. We work with them a lot, and they actually gave us an affiliate link, so it helps support this channel, and we really appreciate it. This isn't as important, if you're like 0.1 grams off. The micro balloons is what's important. You want that to be exact. So 15.32, and now we're going to try to get as close to 30.4 total. Close, 30.5. That'll be all right. We can move our scale off to the side. Turn that off. Got a butter knife for mixing. I like using a butter knife because once it gets too dirty, I just chip the resin off or sand it, whatever, and reuse it again. Okay, that's nice and mixed up. Like I said, you don't really want to sit here and wait. I like to tilt the mold, get it down in there. Just slowly pour it in until it fills up. Then wait. So while that cures, we'll go over a few other things. You can store your little wire bending pegs in here, like I said, and then as you cut the wires, keep them in here as well. Put that off to the side. We're done with that. Next step is just going to be demold and finish. After curing, demold the bait and inspect for bubbles or defects. If you get any bubbles or defects, what I like to do is just mix up a little bit of the resin, or if you're pouring them, take a little bit from the next bait and just, you know, take something small like an X-Acto knife and just fill in the little bubble and sand it smooth. Trim flashing and prepare for painting or clear coating. So, like I said, we got the links that you're going to get, estimated total cost as of April 25th. So, just to give you an idea what all the materials cost, about $4. And then you can price them accordingly. So, we're only selling 5 kits of these. With the kits, you're going to be buying the rights to make them. So, you know, we don't want to saturate the market to where there's 100 bait makers making the same bait. We want them to be a little exclusive for you. So we're only selling 5 kits and the rights to make and sell them. Whether you sell them as blanks, painted, it doesn't matter. But it's kind of an investment in your business. So, you know, you buy these up front, you buy the rights to them, and you could sell them. Along with the rights, you'll be able to buy more molds. The kits only come with 1 silicone mold, but to the 5 people that are buying these, we'll make more molds for you at an additional cost, depending on, you know, the price of silicone at the time and everything. But nobody else will be able to buy these besides the 5 people who buy the rights for them. So just close this up. And that's the kit. So this is what it looks like in the end. It takes number 4 split rings, 1/0 hooks, and 12mm eyes. And it's a really cool bait. It's got a nice hard thump to it. Everyone we've talked to is like super excited to fish for striper with them. I've never caught a striper. All I really target is largemouth bass, but I think it'd be awesome to get some different fish on it. It can definitely handle it with the wire frame inside. You know, it's rated for 325 pounds. This wire, these 4X strong 1/0 hooks. Let's see what the bait weighs overall. 55 grams. And got a roller here. Comes in at about 4 inches. So 4 inches, so 55 grams. I'm not good at conversions here. Little under 2 ounces, 1.94 ounces. So it's a nice hefty lipless crankbait, which a lot of people like some weight to them, especially with that 20-gram lead in there. You know, it's gonna have a nice balance point and really keep the front down, give you that thumping action. A lot of people like some heft to their lipless crankbaits because they're known to just sail when you cast them. You know, you could switch this up too. Put a rattle on the wire frame, glue it on there, have fun with it. This is a crappie one that I painted. So, enough of me talking. I'll let that cure for a little longer and come back, and then we'll demold it and trim it up and see what it looks like. Okay, so it's been 15 minutes. This is ready to demold. Take the rubber bands off. Pull it apart. And that's your big lipper. Pop this out of the mold. Clean it up. What I like to do when I'm storing it is make sure it's nice and clean and just give it a little spray of the mold release. It kind of conditions the silicone, keeps it from drying out, makes it last longer. So this is ready to be cleaned up. You can just, all these vents, just pop them right off. I like to take these flush trim cutters, any little flashing around the wire frame, just trim that off. And then for the sprue, I take this, just cut it right off. You can take an X-Acto knife, run it along the line. It really doesn't make much of a seam, so you can really just sand it. Again, you're going to want to use proper PPE. You don't want to breathe this stuff in. We'll just sand the sprue off. Nice and clean. Then I like to go around and just clean the seam up a little bit. And there you go. You got your resin bait. So what I do is I'll clean them in Dawn dish soap and water, just to get any mold release off. I mean, it doesn't feel like it's on there, but you could definitely have adhesion issues with your paint if you don't. And then I take a light Scotch-Brite pad and just scuff them up, whatever your painting process is. But if you're a beginner, that's what I do. Just clean up. So it comes out of the mold pretty shiny. So yeah. So if you're interested in one of these kits, they're going to be available on our website, LAZYBAITSCO.com. Like I said, there's only going to be 5 kits available. With the kits, you're going to be buying the rights to make these and sell them. I'll have a link down below in the description. It's definitely a cool investment in your company, or if you just want to make them yourself. You know, if you like this, you'll never run out of these. You can just make as many as you want. Sell blanks of them, paint them, and sell them. Hopefully I didn't miss anything. If I missed anything, drop a comment below and I'll try to answer it as soon as I can. But I'm planning on putting these up on our website this week. So if you see this and you're interested, go grab them, because they probably won't last too long. I already have some interest in them. So yeah, stay tuned. They're going to be on our website. Thank you for watching. We're going to have more of these in the future, different baits, so subscribe. This is the little lipper mold. We're going to do this one next and make these available. This is just my prototype mold. It's going to be a 2-pour. Same bait, just smaller, more of a conventional size. You can see the difference here. This is bigger than the whole mold. But it's definitely something that'll get bit by some big fish. So, again, thanks for watching. Check out our website, LAZYBAITSCO.com. We have other lures available that we painted. Yeah. Thanks again.